Robert Saleh, in comments to Judy Batista of NFL Network, said this yesterday. 2 years ago, when we first got here, just thinking about where we were and how far we've come, to have a guy like Rodgers want to play for us is pretty cool and shows how far we've come. So, look, Saleh knows it's not done yet, but just the mere fact that Rodgers wants to be there. And, you know, when people see this, it's like, oh, it's tampering. He's under contract with the Packers. The Jets have permission to talk to him, so I assume the Jets have permission to talk about him. Everybody knows this is going to happen. The tampering thing isn't relevant, but I'm always wired to initially think, shouldn't talk about any player under contract with another team, but this is a different situation. Again, the Packers have allowed it. And that's another reason why the Packers should just finish it. They've let the cat out of the bag. The process has started. They need to let it finish. But I agree that the fact that Rodgers would want to be there shows the team has become more attractive. But Chris, it is a Band-Aid. It is a short-term thing. They still need to have a plan post Aaron Rodgers.
Well, yeah.
As they elevate the program, they have to have an idea of what they're going to do as soon as next year.
Right.
He may only play for them one season.
I think that adds to the all-in-ness, okay, or lack of a better way to say that the Jets have here for Rodgers too. Because I think not only is it like, yeah, it's Rodgers and he's great and he's going to make us good, but I think it kills, two birds with one stone a little bit. I also think, to your point and what you're asking, they're hoping, hey, he comes in, saves the day, and then saves the day as the season goes along and continues to groom Zach Wilson, whose, favorite quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. I mean, everybody's favorite quarterback, your favorite quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. Joe Burrow, Mahomes, Allen, they're all obsessed with Aaron Rodgers. But, yeah, this is Zach Wilson, who's lost his way and tried to emulate the advanced things that Mahomes and Rodgers do right now at this point of their career. And it's like, no, wait, your training wheels are still on. You're not ready for that yet. And that's where I think there's also, this want of Rodgers, because he could help that situation out maybe and like bridge the gap between the fan base and Zach Wilson a little bit. Oh, yeah, he looks good. Whoa, Zach's arm's talented. So maybe that's part of the plan too, Mike.
Well, and if they really are serious about trying to get something out of Zach Wilson,
yeah,
if this works, if he and Rodgers get along, if Rodgers is willing to mentor him, then maybe this does lay the foundation for something better from Zach Wilson. That's going to take a lot, though, and I don't know. It's one thing to talk about it conceptually. It's one thing to admire someone from afar. From afar are the key words. When you're with them all the time, it changes the dynamics. You may feel differently. You may not get along. There may be irritation. Remember, it was Wilson who said if they bring in a veteran, he's going to make that guy's life hell in practice every day, and that just means he's going to compete with him. It doesn't mean he's going to run the same pranks on Aaron Rodgers Brett Favre once did, and I assume Rodgers isn't going to pull the pranks on Wilson that Favre once did. But there's – look – If Rodgers decides to stick around for a couple of years, that introduces a little stress to the relationship. Zach Wilson may be thinking this guy's going to be here 1 year. And if he starts getting a vibe that Aaron really likes it here and may stick around, that's when, who knows. But the bottom line is, yes, the program is improving, but this is a short-term solution. And you better have a plan for beyond it or not. You go the Rams approach. Screw it. Let's just go try to get a Super Bowl. We'll worry about the future when the future comes. For now, we're all in for the present. And that's the way the NFL's become in recent years. It's 1 year at a time. It's all in. You know that this specific group of individuals is coming together for one run, and there's going to be a certain percentage gone next year, and we're going to fill our needs with others who have never been here before. And then that season is going to be one group all together, and then disband partially. That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
so
it is.
It happens in the quarterback position, and, it happened with Favre with the Jets for 1 year, and then he went to the Vikings and had 2 years. And, hey, it's better to have a quarterback that helps you achieve your goal for a short period of time than a long-term answer that never gets you where you're trying to be.
Yeah, that's right. Long-term is like –
get them where they've been trying to be.
Yeah, you're saying it right. I mean, long-term's hard. It's hard. I mean, there's a reason the Patriots are the Patriots, and they're special. Their ability to build a team for the long term that long was incredibly impressive. Nobody else is really like doing that. It's like, hey, this team's got a 3 or 4 year shelf life. When those 3 or 4 years are over, boom, you're knocking you off the shelf and we're putting some new inventory on there. I mean, just look at the teams that the Rams, I mean, totally different team. 2 years ago, Super Bowl champs. See ya. Like almost everybody. The Buccaneers, we thought they were set up. Whoa, they're going to be on a run here for a few years. Boom. Team's dismembered. Gone. 3 years after the Super Bowl. So, yeah, the Jets see it. You know, to your point, Mike, their defense is ready. They are, and I would think they're only going to get better with some of the young guys who were good last year that are only be better. Their offense is ready. The offensive line got hurt a little last year. Yeah, Elijah Vera Tucker was hurt. Mekhi Becton's a big issue. I got Mekhi Becton, though, man, all I hear is good things about him. He's working out at the gym I worked out in Jersey when I grew up. My dad, my brother, my friends, they all see him. They say he looks great, like he's ready to go. So we'll see. But that's the only questions you got about that football team. Everything else you go, damn, it's set up. They're ready for prime time. And that's where they need Rodgers to come in and kind of gel that whole thing together.
You mentioned the Patriots and how they were consistently so good.
Yeah.
A fact that I noticed on Sunday, I wrote a quick item about it yesterday at PFT. It came from Mike Reese of ESPN.com. This was amazing to me. The Patriots this year are, at this point in the offseason, 70-1 to win the Super Bowl. Those are the lowest odds or highest. I never know what's right there. The longest odds, how about that? To win the Super Bowl for the entire Bill Belichick era, the entire time, at this point in the offseason, preseason Super Bowl odds, they've never been 70-1. This is the longest shot they've ever been. And when you look all the way back, the last time they were longer than 70-1 was 1993. That was the last season before Robert Kraft bought the team. So this is the most remote chance the Patriots have been perceived to have to win a Super Bowl since Robert Kraft bought the team in 1994. That's amazing. And it's a testament to how long they've been good. But for every team, at some point, that sun sets on a great run. The question is, how long can you make that great run great? Is it 1 year, like the Rams, or is it a generation or longer, like the Patriots?
Yeah, it's special what they did. You know, their ability to team build, find value deals, you know, guys off the radar in the draft, you know, really build a team in a lot of ways off of not marquee players at positions, but figuring out, wait, this guy's personality and brain fits our organization. Wait, this guy's skill set fits exactly what I'm trying to do here on third down with this receiver. And they built a team with what the league looked at as a bunch of, and I don't mean to say this like disrespectfully, like almost B-plus players, right? A lot of B-plus and A-minus and B-plus, and they went depth and versatility and never went all in on like stars and big time and all that. And that's where it's different, that they sustained it. Yeah, I know they had stars and good players, but it was an incredible, robust middle class or upper middle class team that they built there. And that's where it's unique as compared to, hey, the Eagles we're looking at, or the Rams, like you explained. You know, teams that are, of course, a little more top-heavy than what we saw from the Patriots. Very hard to do how the Patriots did it. Almost impossible. It's amazing.
The guys who love football, the guys who would play for free, the guys who consistently take less. They were very good at identifying those guys who are in it for the love of the game, and it makes it easier to run the business of a football team if your players are in it for the love of the game, and that's what they were able to do. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.